Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Over Matter with Sanket. In this episode, I'll be talking about a very common problem that we all face and different solutions to this. This will be a two-part video series. In this episode, I'll be talking about the passive things that we can do immediately when we get angry, and in the next episode, I'll be talking about some active things that we can do in order to deal with our anger. The first and foremost way to deal with anger is our breath. I've talked about our breath in many other videos, namely the one dealing with anxiety and also one totally dedicated to different techniques of breathing. Whenever you're angry, you feel that your emotion is boiling within you and your breath is very shallow and you're breathing heavily and very fast. As I mentioned in my video about breathing, just like how our emotions control our breath, it can also go the other way around. That is, our breath can also be used to control our emotions. The immediate thing to do after you're angry is to take deep long breaths and simply let it go, no matter what is causing the anger in you. When you take long breaths, you feel a lot calmer and you can also think with a rational perspective. Moreover, when you take deep long breaths, your heart rate also slows down and you can think a lot more calmly and with a non-biased perspective. The second important thing to do whenever you're angry is to get away from the person that induced the anger in you. It so happens that we want to hurt the person that made us angry by saying hurtful things, but then it is also highly likely that we'll regret the things that we say during this time. The words that you speak when you're in this state cannot really be taken back, so this might create further friction with the person. Hence, it is rather better to tell the person that you need some alone time and that you'll get back to him or her later. The third thing that you can do, which is more or less effortless, is to go for a walk. When you do this, you see people with different kind of lifestyles, and whatever you're complaining about might in fact be a fortune for someone else. There are people who are not as fortunate as you, and they might have bigger problems to worry about. When you look at these people, you get a different perspective and you can look at things from a holistic view. Similarly, when you take a walk, you also spend some time in nature. We have an entire video dedicated to the benefits of spending some time in nature. Now, in some cases, you might not have access to nature, but you will get angry. So what you can do during these times is use your visualization for your aid. Whenever you feel angry, imagine that you're in a very calm place with an abundance of trees and birds that are singing. As you do this, you can also say affirmations to yourself. Something like, I am very calm right now. I am totally relaxed. The inner conversation that you have with yourself is a lot more important than you might think. Interestingly, no matter how you're feeling, merely saying, I am feeling very calm has profound benefits. Now, the fifth way to deal with anger is to simply stop and listen intently to what the other person is trying to say. Generally, whenever we're angry and impulsive, we quote whatever the other person is saying with our judgments immediately. What you need to do instead is to simply listen intently to what the other person is trying to say. When you do this, it is highly likely that you'll solve the problem a lot faster. Even if the other person is not as conscious as you are, when you are totally calm and understanding, the other person has no other option than to come to a common ground, because the other person getting angry is not really affecting you. Generally, when you do not listen intently, you're not really listening to everything that the other person is saying, but you're waiting for your turn to speak. Hence, it is necessary to be proactive rather than reactive if you want to solve a problem and come to a common ground with someone. In this video, I talked to you about anger and the different ways to solve them. Namely, 1. Taking deep long breaths so as to think rationally at the heat of the moment. 2. Getting away from the person that induced the anger in you so as to avoid saying anything hurtful to that person. 3. Taking a stroll in nature and also observing the lifestyle of other people. 4. Visualizing that you're in a serene place when you cannot get out into nature. 5. Stopping and listening intently to what the other person has to say so as to solve the problem a lot faster I hope that the points that I mentioned in the video were helpful to you. We'll also be uploading a video on some additional things that you can actively do in order to deal with your anger. If you like whatever is happening here, do not forget to like this video and also to subscribe to our channel. Until next time.